Hello boss babes and bosses out there. So yes, in this video, I'm going to teach you on how you are going to sign direct clients by building your own freelance brand. Yes, sa point na to guys, kung kayo still gumagamit pa rin kayo ng mga third-party platforms just to get clients or nag-look pa rin kayo ng agency para kumuha ng mga clients para sa'yo, then I guess this video would be really helpful if you're thinking, what if gusto ko na kumuha ng own direct clients na? So yep, I'm going to take you step by step on what you can do for the whole 3 weeks. Yes, for the whole 3 weeks, may steps tayo na susundan. Are you excited? Just keep on watching. So now, maybe you are thinking, yes, okay, I'm going to start getting my own clients na directly. So what should be the first step talaga? Okay, so I'm going to put this in 3 phases. Each phases, ilagay natin na isang week mo yan siyang gagawin, okay? You can fast track if you want, but para hindi kayo ma-overwhelm. Let's say, ang isang phase, that's for 1 week. Next phase, that's for another 1 week. Third phase, that's for another week. So for 3 weeks, ito yung gagawin nyo. I will lay it out really step by step so that you can follow it easily. First phase that I would say is yung preparation. Of course, we need to prepare. The second, positioning yourself. Positioning is very, very important if you want to pitch your own services na to a direct client. And for the third phase, that would be partnering. Yeah, so may 3 P's tayo na susundan, okay? Dito muna tayo sa first week nyo na gagawin or sa first phase natin, which is yung preparation. So the first thing that we need to prepare is yung payment account natin and yung invoice template natin. Because of course, guys, we are not going to do a charity work. Kailangan natin ng bayad from client. So now, what I would say here is that if yung client na tina-target mo is nasa Pinas lang or local, it's okay. You will only need a bank account. Ibibigay mo lang kay client yung full name mo, of course, and then account number. Maybe sometimes yung mga clients then they're also willing na to pay via GCash, yung mga e-wallet accounts, okay? So pwede na yun. But if you are looking forward na magkaroon ng direct clients sa foreign countries, it would be easier, much easier if you are just going to open or register sa mga payment gateways like PayPal, Payoneer, and Wise. Actually, marami ng mga payment gateways ngayon. It's just really up to you. Ito yung mga sinabi ko sa inyo guys. Ito lang yung may experience ako ng mga payment gateways. Meron din naman na pwede rin isend mo lang yung bank account details mo kay client and I think you will just provide Swift code. Yes, and sila na yung bahala na gumamit ng international money transfer platform na direct papasok sa bank mo. So you can also do that kung ayaw mo mag-open ng mga payment gateways. Try to explore it kung hindi nyo pa na-explore yung mga payment gateways. And as well as if you're thinking ano yung gagawin nyo sa invoice template, we have a free template for you guys. So you can just click the link below. Free yan para sa inyo bosses. If you have a Canva account, even if it's for free, maraming mga invoice template doon. Feel free to just explore, change the color. If you have a logo already, then you can do that. If not, you can just use a general invoice template. That will do already, okay? So the next thing that you need to do is your service package and offer sa prospect client mo. Kasi I'm not sure if na-experience nyo na to or hindi pa. Pero ako na-experience ko na to. Yung mag-a-ask na yung prospect client na, okay, so what's your rate? Can you offer me a service package? Yung mga ganun. Tapos I was panicking na, oh my God, this is it. Pero wala pa akong mabigay kasi hindi pa naka-prepare. So I want you guys to prepare this first para mas smooth na yung transaction nyo. Hindi ka pa papanik na, oh my God, ano ba yung isi-send ko, diba? Itong service package or offer is just literally a list of tasks na gagawin nyo kay client and how much. Ano na yung time frame? When I say mga list of tasks, ito yung kailangan mong i-deliver kay client ba? And then put the price katumbas sa nilist mo. Let's say you will do a social media management service package for that client. You have to list it down lahat ng gagawin mo. Again, I already have a lot of videos on how you are going to maybe know what are the tasks that you're going to create para sa pricing, especially for social media management. You can check out this video here as well. Yeah, the more na may idea na kayo kung ano yung gusto niyong ibigay kay client, it would be easier for you to negotiate na kay client kung ano talaga yung need niya na service from you, okay? So for the third thing na kailangan niyo talagang i-prepare is yung onboarding process niyo. So guys, if gusto na ni client na makipag-work sa inyo, after sending your service package as well as offering niyo sa kanya, tapos sabi niya, okay, sige, I want to work with you, yung ganun. Hindi natin gusto mawala guys. Like, this is it now. We are just going to onboard a client na makapag-start na tayo to work together. So ano ba yung kailangan na i-prepare for that? So meron tayong kit na ibibigay kay client about sa project na i-work natin together sa kanya. This is what we call onboarding kit. Nandun dyan yung welcome message mo para kay client. Of course, nakalist doon yung package na in-avail ni client and as well as how you are going to communicate with each other, yung process nyo, yung timeline nyo, service billing, etc. Actually, may video ako na ginawa for you guys ito on how to do an onboarding kit on your own. I would highly recommend you guys to watch that and I encourage you to do it on your own. It's like a warm up if hindi nyo pa masyadong gamay mag-create ng graphic content, yung ganun kay client, this would be a good practice for you to create the onboarding kit para sa client mo. But if you guys would really want the mga instant na client onboarding kit, because let's say meron na kayong prospect client and willing na siya makipag-work sa inyo and you really want an instant client onboarding kit, don't worry, I got you. So click the link below. Meron kaming ginawang client onboarding kit para sa inyo guys. And of course, you can customize it based on what color you want, what font style, anong layout and all. So tatlo yung i-ready nyo ha. First, the payment account kung saan kayo babayaran ni client, and of course, the invoice template. The second one is yung service package nyo, yung i-offer nyo kay client. That's for sure, kailangan nyo i-prepare. And the third one is para sa onboarding process nyo, yung onboarding kit. The second phase is yung positioning. Sa phase or sa week na to guys, i-make sure natin na mapoposition natin ang brand natin as someone na nagbibigay ng service na ganyan. So for example, we want to position ourselves as the social media manager. So we have to position our content, our brand. It should make sure na naka-align ito sa kung ano yung service na binibigay natin sa mga prospect clients natin, okay? The first thing talaga that we have to do is to make sure you have a good brand identity. I have actually a good video explaining kung ano talaga yung branding. You can check out this video here. It's so detailed that I'm explaining there that branding is not just all about the logo, color palette, or the typography that you are using, the patterns and designs and whatnot. It's not just about that. It's about the messaging and about customer service that you have for your client. But dito, sa ipaprepare ko sa inyo, I want you to solidify your brand kit talaga, as in literally your logo, your color palette, typography, meron ba kayong gustong patterns or design na gusto nyo incorporate, create your own mood board, create your brand voice, and whatsoever. I want you to do that. But ito ha, take note, if you're still starting, I don't want you guys na ma-stuck kayo nito. Again, 1 week lang natin to gagawin na, even myself before, dito ako na sa stock. Ano kayang ilologo ko? So, instead na 1 hour ko lang siyang iisipin kung ano yung logo ko, hala, umabot na ng 2 weeks. Wala pa akong sure na logo. And at the end, change ko na naman. After 6 months, iba na naman ang color, logo, lahat. So, I want you guys to just, feel lang for now, ano yung gusto mo na logo. And that's it. Because again, as we are learning our services, our identity, our values as a freelance, nag-iiba yung mga gusto natin na yan. It's okay. It's okay to change those kind of things. But for now, kung ano yung maisip nyo, that's it na. Just a fan fact, yung BossedUp PH, I feel like 3 times kaming nag-change ng branding. If you don't know, before it's red, black, and white. And after that, gusto ko na yung mga cutie na. So, naging pink na siya. So, after pink, gusto ko ng ibang vibe na. So, ayun, nag-change kami from time to time. As long as, parang ma-feel ko na, parang hindi na siya pasok sa gusto ko na identity. That's the reason why I'm saying this to you now. Just don't overthink it. Now, for the second thing that I want you to do is to make sure you have a social media account na pwede mong i-showcase yung mga gawa mo. Ano yung kayang gawin mo para kay client? It would be your portfolio ba? Let's say wala ka pang website. So, you will just give that link sa social media and then you are going to tell your client, okay, these are things that I can do for you. It's something like this, blah, blah, blah. So, sometimes kasi mga clients, very visual sila. Mas madali nilang maintindihan if they can see a real example na pwede mong magawa sa isang account. So again, I would say, hindi talaga kailangan na andun kayo sa lahat ng platforms. Sinasabi ko to sa lahat ng mga videos ko. But if ever, this is your first time na mag-watch ng video ko, I always say na it's not necessary na andun kayo sa lahat ng platforms. Hindi necessary na andun kayo sa Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Threads, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and all. Hindi. Kung saang platform nyo napapansin o nanonotice na yun yung always na ginagamit ng mga target clients nyo or target market nyo, then go for that. So if you feel like most of your target clients nasa TikTok, pwede mag-focus ka lang sa TikTok. So if you feel like always nasa Facebook, then sa Facebook din kayo or sa Instagram. It's just really up to you. I just want you to make sure na maging consistent kayo sa at least isang platform talaga. Consistently showing up. So if naka-choose na kayo ng account, let's say TikTok yung i-focus nyo, don't forget to optimize your TikTok account. Now, when a prospect client check your TikTok account, matik malalaman niya, okay, she's a social media manager, I can hire her para mag-help sa akin to manage my social media account. Hindi na siya magdadalawang isip, wait, ano ba talaga tong account to? Pwede ko ba siyang ma-hire or hindi? Ano ba talaga yung service niya para pwede kong ma-check? Ano ba talaga yung mga ginagawa niya sa ibang clients na yung mga ganun? We just want to make sure na madali nila madidetermine kung ano yung ginagawa natin or ano yung service natin para sa kanila, okay? And we should be consistent when it comes to posting valuable content kasi it would really inspire them and motivate them na makipag-connect sa atin and see if pwede natin silang ma-help when it comes to managing their social media accounts. The more that you're giving value inquiries sa mga prospect clients, the more na magkakaroon kayo ng good engagement or good relationship sa client, it would be easier for them to say yes sa i-offer mo na service package. So, for the third thing dito sa positioning phase is yung sales page. So maybe you are asking, okay, so what's sales page? So this is technically a one-pager page lang. Ginagamit to siya para maka-help na mag-convince or mag-persuade sa prospect clients natin na i-avail yung service package natin or yung offer natin sa kanila. So if you are selling service, if you are selling products, pwede tong sales page na gamitin mo. So technically, ang nasa loob ng sales page, it's more on like the content that the client would like to know. Matutulungan mo ba siya or hindi? For example, now you are going to make them aware sa current business problem nila or meron ba silang current challenges that they are facing right now sa business nila. And you are there na makaka-help ka sa kanila na isolve yung problem nila. You can also list down your process there and how you're going to help them. Mga testimonials ng mga previous clients mo, as well as the tools na pwede mong i-share sa kanila kung ano yung mga tools na ginagamit mo in order for you to help them. Link sa portfolio nyo, you can also include that. So that's that. If you don't know and if you want to learn how to create a sales page, then check out this video here. I've made a step-by-step tutorial on how you can make your own sales page. So for the third phase, ito yung partnering phase. Sa part na to, I would highly recommend you guys to connect with prospect clients, make your network big. So for example, now you are building your Instagram account, you can start following mga prospect clients there as well as freelancers and connect with them na with genuine intention to build a genuine connection. Hindi yung for the char lang na, okay, gusto lang kita kasi gusto kita maging client and that's it. No, our intention talaga is to give value and be authentic na interesado ka talaga, maka-help ka sa kanila, give a valuable comments, hindi yung irrelevant na mga comment, mag-like ka, be engaging sa kanila as much as possible, ask questions, hindi yung mga ask questions na for the sake of asking questions lang. So for example, sa Facebook mo, you can join groups, you can introduce yourself, you can give value there, but again, I don't want you guys to spam ha, huwag kang magme-message ng kahit ano-ano na lang. You can also do that sa LinkedIn as well, a very good platform, not just connecting to prospect clients, but as well as mga freelancers then. So yeah, always keep this in mind. Be authentic, be genuine, and always give value. You know, wala talagang mawawala. It cannot go wrong talaga if you will just be authentic and keep giving values to others. So ang second thing na masasabi ko is pitch your service. Try to talk about your services to other people, but in a way na ayoko na, as what I have said kanina, na parang out of nowhere magpi-pitch kayo na parang hindi mo man lang na-warm up yung relationship niyo. I want you to build connection first. I want you na maging comfortable muna siya sa'yo before ka mag-pitch or before ka mag-share kung ano yung mga services mo. May idea na sila na you are existing and nakapag-converse na kayo ng kahit konti, yung mga small talk ba before pitching your services. Kasi if you're just sending mga generic scripts para sa kanila, it would just annoy them and we don't want that to happen. The third thing that you can do is you connect to other freelancers as well. Because you know what guys, isa din sa mga clients ko, mga direct clients ko is from other freelancers din. Binibigay nila sa akin kasi looking for another niche. Like for example, nasa web siya and gusto ng client na magkaroon din ng social media manager. So pinasa sa akin kasi hindi naman talaga siya sa social media. So I want you guys to connect with all of the freelancers that you have and I want you to connect with amazing freelancers because you are also going to recommend those freelancers sa mga clients mo in the future. So that's what I do. I also love to connect with other freelancers as well that I know they are really doing well when it comes to freelancing, no? Kasi meron talagang time na maghahanap si client ng other freelancers and gusto ko na makahelp kay client genuinely. Oh, I know merong magaling na freelancer na marunong gumawa nito and gusto ko na makahelp sa freelancer as well as sa client. So I don't want you to think that they are competitors. No, don't think like that. Like this is really a collaborative work na when you connect to other great freelancers as well, it's like an ecosystem na nagbibigayan na lang tayo ng mga clients, diba? So I want you to have that kind of mindset, hindi yung parang competition na lang because it's not good. Ano ba yung mararating natin sa pagiging competitive when it comes to our Pinoy freelancers, diba? So we just want to help each other. Anyway, kung client mo siya tapos ibibigay mo siya sa ibang task din, that would be good. Di magka-work tayo together, diba? That's cool. Anyway, I already know na nag-guess niyo na yung point ko, diba? So yeah, those are the step-by-step that I would say that you can do if you want to start looking and signing up your own direct clients. And I really hope guys na meron kayong natutunan sa video natin ngayon. And yeah, I hope you can do this within 3 weeks and after that in 4th week magkaroon na talaga na or maka-onboard na talaga kayo ng direct clients. So I would highly appreciate you guys na mag-comment kayo below if you are taking this challenge and let me know if nakakuha kayo ng clients and paano niyo siya nakuha. So yeah, I hope this content is valuable for you guys. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the like button and comment anything that you want want to say, like mga content na gusto nyong i-topic ko or mga things na you want me to touch base, anything. I would really, really love to hear from you guys. And yeah, don't forget to follow us on our Facebook account then at BossedUp PH. Follow us on our Instagram accounts at BossedUp PH and at 𝐿𝐴𝐶𝑢𝑦, and connect with me sa LinkedIn, Ritzy Suzy, Salatorian, as well as BossedUp PH. So yeah, hope to see you on my next one. Bye!